Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with the Monty. Just finished a long haul morning fishing for Wilderness with the Monty Patreon. Was a struggle at first, but I got some really nice brookies in the net by the end of the morning. And if you want to get in on that action, and the last few weeks have been pretty good for Patreon, there's a link to it on my links on my channel homepage. And that's, you subscribe for whatever you want. And that just goes towards helping me continue on with my adventure of creating content for Wilderness with the Monty on YouTube. But I got a lot of time to kill. I don't want to drive home and get right into traffic, so I just stopped off at Levining Creek off the dirt road going up to Saddlebag Lake. And I'm gonna go down and just mess around. I wasn't going to, I wasn't sure, but you know, the creek's really low, the fish are gonna be small. Let's just go down and see if we can catch a fish. I don't know. I just saw a guy down there. He's fishing. He's standing in the stream in waders. It's this deep. Whatever. I'm going to just go down there, flick my copper john out and see if I can get something to take it. People that were fishing down here are just leaving right now. Levining Creek, and there was people fishing above me upstream, downstream, and then some people came and their dogs were playing in the water, and I just left, man. I actually went and laid down in the shade and took a little bit of a nap because I got to drive home soon. So I came down to the hydro plant that I fished before. These rainbows in here are stocked. I got a couple of, I got a nice wild brown down below, so I'll probably go fish down there a little bit. But I'm gonna start with about a 7-foot leader. 7.5-foot leader, and the most natural looking fly I can, because the fish here see a ton of fishing pressure, just a ton. So even a beadhead's probably too scary for them. But with this little tiny fly, I'm hoping I could pull the fast one over on them. And they like to hang out on the other side of this grass, I learned. But I don't see anything. And I'm trying to sight fish a little bit here. There's one cruising right there. He's a nice one. He's not huge, but if he's eating, he's just out of range though, man. Oh, I waited too long. They are not messing around with this fly. They're cruising around and they're eating stuff, but they're not, I might have to go with something bolder and bigger. I think if I just leave it out there, maybe they'll go. You gotta be so patient to get these fish to bite. I got one of the little guys. I mean, you gotta let your nymph sink all the way to the bottom. Oh, there's a brookie, or a brown. You gotta let your nymph sink all the way to the bottom, and then I just give it a little tiny tap. And this fish that was feeding on the bottom came up and grabbed it. And it's actually a nice little brown. Get my hand wet, get this hook out, show him to you, get him back in the water. Hook's already out. Hook fell out. I almost lost him. Nice little brown. That was cool. He was worth it. And he was just sitting on the bottom. And I just cast way upstream. The flow's barely moving. You just gotta sit there and you just gotta let your nymph go down there. And then once I knew it was kind of near him, I just gave it a little bit of a boop and he just came up and grabbed it. Because they're feeding down deep. At least these guys were, the guys in front of the hydro dam. So there's one cruising out around in there that's pretty good size, but they're just not gonna hit it when it goes in the water. It's gotta be down there, man. As quick as it started, that was over. There's people right there and they're gonna start fishing with power bait right there. So I just got flushed. And I ran a big nymph deep under that white water and I just let my line sink and go way down there. And after a while, all of a sudden I was like, am I snagged? No, I wasn't snagged. Wasn't snagged at all. Get out of that white water, dude. Oh, get out of that white water. Because I threw a jig and nothing hit it. There he is. I threw a jig and nothing hit it. So I put this big beadhead down there, pheasant tail, and this big rainbow was down there, man. I'll show you what I did. It took a lot of patience. I let my line go under that white water for a while. It's a nice trout. It's probably a hatchery fish, but he's nice. And he wasn't biting anything. I threw my jig out there a bunch of times and got nothing. I thought I was just gonna get like something small. Oh, there we go. It's a good sized rainbow. I'll take it. It's a hatchery fish, but that was a good fight, man. Even before I got the camera going, and I'll show you what I did. Now I had already read my jig. I threw my jig up there, let it get sucked down with the water and bounced it, nothing. So what I did there is I threw it out into the fast water and then it's swirling back around, and then I just waited a long time and I kept casting out and bringing it back until my line went deep down there. See, right now it's coming towards the side. That wasn't where I got him. I got him out in this faster water. I let my nymph just sink down deep, like right there. See how my line's sinking? My line's completely underwater and it's getting sucked back up under. And that's where I got that fish. Right now my line's getting sucked back under and I just watch my line under the water. It's really hard to see a strike, man. It was really hard to see that strike because my line was like 4 feet under the water. And what it is you just gotta keep letting the current take it until you catch the right current. And I got good at this because a long time ago, I used to fish whole night crawlers with no weight, and I would use the current to bring it back around. And that's basically what I'm doing right here. That's gonna do it. I'm gonna go fry up a couple of bologna and cheese sandwiches on my skillet, get them all melted and good and toasty, eat those, and then drive home. I got a 3-hour drive. But that rainbow was great, man. And getting my line down there, winding it around like a snake, and then watching it shoot down just subtly, that's when I set the hook. I mean, that wasn't an easy feat to pull off, but it worked out pretty good. I got scared off of Levine Creek up there within 10 minutes of all the people. Came here, fished for like 20 minutes, got that brown, and then those people showed up, came right to where I was fishing and casted out power bait. That was done. The creek was not really moving, so I came down here. And the last time I fished down here for Patreon, I got a nice brown right on the other side of those browns over there. But the one that flows way down, those browns weren't there, I already looked. So that was a good ending to a trip. This was a busy Tuesday, Wednesday, 48-hour power trip. We got some fishing done. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me on Wilderness of the Monty. Until next time.